All right. Greetings, Frontier Airlines. This is your captain. We'll be landing shortly in Frankfurt, Germany. Guten Tag. This is the crypto. What is this podcast called? The Pink Boys Crypto Cast. Thank you.
This is your co-pilot speaking. If your name is Jack, you can feel free to jump out of the plane.
I have a bomb. The pilots are dead.
I have a bomb.
The pilots. I have the ceramic knife. I killed both pilots with it, and we're going.
Ceramic knife. You know what's really funny? I don't know if you guys know this story because you're not Americans, but you come off completely as who DB Cooper would be. If you know who that is. You just
Yes, I
strike
know
me
who
as
that is.
DB Cooper.
I know who that is. That's one of my
why.
favorite cases of all time, actually.
I can,
Yeah.
It's Ari when he snaps.
Yeah,
You know what the craziest thing about that case is? They found the money.
They found some of it.
And it was just
They
left
found
there.
some
It was
of
just
it.
left. They didn't even take it.
No,
They found like 5K, right? Not the
Yeah,
whole
he spent
thing.
some of it. He spent some of it.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like they found it like at a gas station, like in circulation or something. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's not about the money.
No,
It's about sending a message.
That
Yeah,
sounded like
being DB Cooper would be fucking keen. I could see myself being a bourbon drinker, you know, playing with a waitress.
although the theory is that Tommy Wiseau is DB Cooper. That's how he got all his money.
Okay, well that's a little ridiculous, but also I thought it was funny that the way the story is told, where one of the main guys who investigated it said there's no way he survived jumping out of a plane with no extra equipment, but like a very poor parachute that you can't control in cold weather in the rain, as I said, at night and survive. So there's a pretty good chance that he pulled off everything perfectly. And then he jumped out of the plane and was like, I'm going to die.
Oh, fuck. I regret everything.
Yeah, exactly. So
Or he was a skinwalker.
No, God.
Is he also
all
an
right.
alien?
Ended away into the night, into the different.
He teleported
into a
to
different
the
realm.
pyramids
That's
to join the
That's
PA.
right. That's right.
You know what? Before we start talking about crypto, I'll just say real quick, this is why the internet used to be fun. Because 20 years ago, when I first got onto paranormal
Okay,
conspiracy,
okay.
oh yeah, big time. There was a story when we were getting close to the new millennium, or just after that in the 2000s, where supposedly George Bush, Dick Cheney, and someone else, Hillary Clinton, all stood on top of the pyramids of Giza and closed the collective third eye of the entire world through a ritual, a millennium
Yo,
ritual.
based.
That's
And
a sick conspiracy.
honestly, I never found the website again. I couldn't tell you where I read it, but I always think about that sometimes.
Reddit.
I'm like, I'm not sure I don't even think that site existed. It definitely didn't exist then.
What year was it?
This was probably like 2002, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's well
Um,
before Reddit's time. Jesus.
Nah, I
Yeah.
don't think it was around though.
So just to think about it sometimes, with the way the world is, turned its back on God, etc. It's because Dick Cheney closed the third eye of the planet.
Oh
You know,
my
you
God.
say that, but I've heard another theory where
Oh, close to that one.
it's in line. It's kind of in line with it. So the idea is that you're aware of the whole thing with stargates being around parts of the Middle East, including
I mean,
like the
sure,
pyramids
yeah.
and stuff.
All right, well,
Yeah,
we will
totally.
You
pretend
realize
that's
it's a
real
fucking
for a
TV
second.
show, right?
Okay. Let's just assume stargates and that kind of shit is real. So it was proposed by this dude who clearly wasn't taking his medication.
Oh, just like you.
That what the pyramids were like a kind of portal where, so like the pharaohs, right? They'd be put in the pyramid, they'd be chilling in their little tomb or whatever, and apparently they weren't actually dead when they were mummified. Apparently they were put in like a kind of like a stasis, and they'd kind of astral project, and because like the alignments and everything were perfect, and the way the pyramids are set up, like their souls would ascend, and like their third eye would like gape the fuck open, like
Oh no, he said gape. He thinks he
like
can
a
slide that
40-year-old single mother, and and as you said, the third eye and all that, like he ascended through there, and maybe what the Clinton Foundation and old man Bush were on about was
Okay. I do like that you were talking about a bunch of schizophrenic Egyptian men, and you're like, my ancestor.
Yeah, my ancestor.
Wait, when did I say that?
Yeah, you were talking. You something
Look,
to do
he's
with
just like
Stargates
me.
or something like that. Yeah, he's just like me.
I didn't say mine.
so relatable. So relatable.
Yeah, I was
it's a meme.
we was
Don't
Kangs,
worry.
bruv.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a meme, Mario.
The I Stargate Dynasty. More on that later. But for now, I'll just say real quick. I can't remember if the four of us were together last week. I'm pretty sure we were, but I'll just
We're always
recycle
together.
it. We're always together in our minds. It was real in my mind. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good.
You know what? I have the right to
Oh.
shit on all three of you right now
We'll get
because
there.
I was
Okay.
right about Bitcoin.
Okay.
And
There
the
you go.
most annoying part is you fudded me out of my short. I closed it at tiny profit, but I was
Oh.
right. I was right. I made the right call.
You know what's funny, right? We were on opposite ends of the spectrum. Like I thought it was bullish, and you were
Which
bearish.
spectrum?
Yeah.
yeah. But I was the only one. But out of the two of us, I was the one that held the short all the way down to 42.
Yeah, and then you're Zava.
No.
Yeah,
whoa,
Tyson
whoa, whoa.
scammed us with Zava. Tyson scammed us with Zava.
No, that's gonna come
I'm
back
still
with a
holding.
vengeance.
Yeah.
I think that's a good play. I think I might get in. Is it lower than when we last talked about
Yes,
it?
Yes.
it's significantly
Like
lower.
$1 lower.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's in the threes?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
370.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get in there then. I'm gonna have to roll up in there.
Fuck you
But-
for having like ridiculous timing and being like, I'm gonna have a beer real quick, guys. You guys buy it, and then a week later he gets a buy in for a fucking for $1 cheaper.
Dude.
for a
Oh.
whole wick down. It's called
Yeah.
the Pink Boys wick. You just
Yeah.
sit back and let you guys buy, and
Yeah.
then you know it'll go down right after that.
It
then
looked
you
bullish.
jump in.
The whole market looked bullish. I thought corn was going to go to 52K.
No, it didn't.
But well,
No, it did. All right, just to get a macro view real quick, because I'm not certain exactly what's going on right now, so I need you guys to fill me in. Bitcoin is around 42K, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it ever close? Wasn't it at 48 a week or two
It
ago?
got like
Wasn't that
47.
a real-
It got like to 40.
Something like that. Yeah.
I
It
can't
got-
remember. So
It got to 40. 48. 48.1.
I'm going to use one of those classic terms, and I'm not sure if it's a nomenclature for this particular technical situation, but looks like a bear trap to me. Looks like a bear trap to me.
Yep. I was just about to say that we're in for one more big dump, I think.
before
No,
what
no,
happened.
no, no, no,
Well,
no.
actually, no, more than one. Actually, no, yeah, more
No,
than
no,
one.
no, 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 no.
No, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no,
No, no, no, no, no.
no,
Well,
you're wrong.
what?
We're gonna see more dumps on the weekly. I think.
Yeah, I'm actually considering.
I think
flipping,
30K
macro
is on the
bearish, to be
cards at
honest.
the very least.
No, Tyson thinking about flipping macro bearish. That's really
Yeah.
great.
All
I'm saying
Adam,
is-
what do you think?
All I'm saying is, looks as long as we say above 42, we're happy.
No. Aren't
That's,
we like
that's like
four?
a
Said this
really razor
before.
thin line.
Yeah, that is my razor thin line.
You know, we
Okay.
we could be under that in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, we're not.
I want to bring up a live feed actually, just so I can say something. Be like, oh, we're all burning
All
to the
right,
ground.
Danny, as you can see here, Bitcoin is standing at 42.684K. Where's it gonna go?
Actually, you know what? The fact that it's at 6 right there, 42.6, that's not particularly bad, but I'm going to stick to what I said last week. Those two lines on the MACD are under the center line, and they're about to cross over each other, and I think that's a good thing. And here's why that's a good
Wait,
thing.
they haven't crossed yet, have they?
No.
Oh,
they
no,
did.
no, no.
Oh, no, they did cross. The blue one's on top of the red one now.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
my.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
no.
might
Not
be.
the heckin'
okay.
MacD Areno.
Oh, no.
the
my D.
No.
I think there's going to be some short-term pain, like I is saying, but I know I've said a lot of bearish things in the past that 20K is a call-in, but if it's going to happen, it's got to happen real soon. And if it doesn't, I think we're going to have to start lifting back up at some point. Or is the traditional market, are they just floundering as well? I haven't been looking at those as much recently.
That's a very good
Honestly, I
question.
think we go to 28K again.
What the fuck? You
Really?
were saying 52K literally 5 days ago, and here
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, that's a short term prediction, but I was wrong on that. Now
He was
I'm gonna
wrong
go on
on
a limb
that.
and
I
make
just
a macro
want to
prediction and
make
say
that clear.
we go to
Tyson
28.
was wrong on that.
I was.
Yes,
I
that's
love
right.
I love the technical cop outs. Tyson has like a Rolodex, or he like moves through his filing cabinet of excuses. He's like, well, I really only meant that on the short term, not the long term. Well, that was only if this happened. Well, and then if you ask a certain question, he's like, give me 1 second. I need to check something real quick.
Hold on,
It's
let
like,
me
okay,
consult
here's
my-
the excuse for
my
that
astrologer.
situation. So,
No,
yeah.
Tyson goes like, let me just check something real quick.
Yeah, not me though. I just double down on everything I say.
So do
Yeah,
I.
which I actually can. I can respect that. I can respect that. So I'll take one last loop around about it right now. So I'll just say personally, what I'm looking at is, let's just say we're probably going to get back around to the 39s, and then we'll be moving our way back up again, and we'll be getting back into the 50s. But there's going to be some short-term pain coming our way, and we deserve it. But it's weird because I feel like
Do
it
we?
shouldn't be happening. Yeah, I kind of feel like we don't. Actually, I feel like I'm being too hard on us. So I don't know. But short-term pain, long-term gain. That's what I say, in a lot of
Right.
things.
It's the 10th
This
of
is
April right
10%
now.
luck,
So I think
20% skill.
we dumped to 41.3, bounced there a little bit, maybe back to 43K. And once we hit 43, I think that's going to be the decision point. And I think from there, if the market stays the same, we should make our way and break down a lot further. So like 37 and eventually
No,
low
no.
30s.
I say no.
Yeah, but Adam, why do you care? You're not even trading
Yeah.
on margin. You can just sit there and watch it, right? It's not
Yeah,
like you're
I'm
going
not-
to sell.
But no, exactly. But I want to make it sooner.
But what's your cope again? You said hey, as long as you don't sell, the losses aren't real, right? So it's not real, bro. Just don't
Yeah.
sell.
Well,
Yeah, just-
I know.
How is it even real, bro? Just turn off your laptop. bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Just pull the
Just
internet
walk
plug out of
away.
the wall, and I will forever be disconnected from this fucking hellscape.
Yeah. Well,
That's
or
right.
your imaginary currency. Well, you know what? 1 Bitcoin is always going to be 1 Bitcoin. That's what
Oh,
that's what the old school people say.
I choose to believe that 1 link equals 1 link. Remember
Well,
that?
I mean,
kid?
it does. It does. You're right.
God,
Wait,
I
you
remember
guys
that
just-
such cope.
Speaking of that, you just reminded me, and if you guys don't know, it's fine. We'll move along. Did you see Sergey tweeted something out recently?
No, what was it?
Tweet
So what he
stuff all
say?
the
What he say?
time.
I don't
What
follow
he say?
that charlatan, that liar.
Don't believe his lies.
Yeah,
it was
don't
basically
believe his
like
lies.
expect exciting things around Chainlink. We're actually going a lot further than we ever thought we would. We're gonna be this, and this. And he's,
I'm
I
sure
think
you
it's a-
are, buddy.
Is he
Yeah.
hype posting? Is he really hype posting?
yeah, he is. You can tell he's panicking when he starts posting stuff like that. It's like there's actually really. It's like who even needs this
remember-
technology anymore? Go
I
ahead.
remember when he said that in 2019 when he said staking
Yeah.
was being finalized.
Well, speaking of staking,
What about Mixicals? Or what about fucking
Yeah, how about
e-cigs?
fucking sneed my testicles, cunt?
okay,
That didn't sound as good as it sounded in my head.
Cross-referential inside podcast joke and outside at that point, I guess, right there. But as I was gonna say,
Yeah, I mean, if you don't get that joke, then you're too late to link anyway.
yeah, I don't know what that has to do.
If you
with
got
it,
him
but-
linked interlink for more than 50 cents, you're literally way too late, and you're never gonna make it.
Oh, that's not true.
Well, maybe if you got in at $5, I don't know. That'd be kind of nice.
That's like the absolute limit. Like, post $5 and you're basically like,
Basically poor
make
forever.
a good investment. Yeah.
I can't believe people even bought it past that point. Really, that's what blows my
I
mind.
saw this
every
pretty funny
day.
tweet about Link on Twitter. This guy asked, "Is 10K Link a make it stack?" And the guy replied, "Yeah, it's a make it to the welfare line stack."
That's pretty funny.
That's
you know.
not bad.
I mean, it's we might see or we might see double digit link. No, fuck, single digit link again. So
As
Yo,
it-
maybe.
I would love. You know what's funny, and I hate that I'm just going down Link memory lane because that's what we do. It's in our
Country
DNA at this point.
road.
Take me home. But when I was holding Link and it was around $25, I was like, "This is fine. All I need for it to do is go to $100. That's it. Just a 4x. It's nothing.
Yeah,
It's done it 10
Yeah.
times,
just
20
a
times
quick
before.
4x, right?
A real quick 4x, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, just a freebie 4x. Never happened. Never's gonna happen. It's not even gonna 4x from where it's at right now. It's never.
Make it snappy, wagey. Or something.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you where Link's gonna end up. Like I said, I see it being $8 or $9. It should be. It's not. It shouldn't be worth more than that. It's fucking useless. The
I'm gonna say
technology's
something you
passed
guys
it
aren't gonna
through.
like.
Okay, go ahead.
I still think it's a good project.
No.
Oh, okay. So you're in it for the
It's
tech,
gonna-
is that what you're saying?
Oh my god. I think it's gonna have its day, but it's just not now.
It was good
Yeah.
5 years ago. How's that sound for you?
It's still
No.
a great project, and it will do well. It's not a hypey shitcoin. It's actually serious. That's its problem. It's very, very trad-like almost.
It is, but also, why do you need to refer to a middleman to confirm external data?
It's more
you just
than
fucking
just
put
that.
it on the screen in the first place. It's right there. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, I mean there are other projects that do that, like API 3 and all that, and with
Also,
that actually,
band protocol
Chainlink
Mog's Chainlink.
themselves.
And
What?
what does?
Band protocol Mog's Chainlink.
You're just saying that because you're
Band-
Chinese.
Is that what that is?
Loop ring, man. Loop
They were
ring.
Indian,
Loop ring.
not Chinese.
What was one
No,
of the
band
really
is
early?
Chinese.
What was
Let's
the
go,
really
Kings.
early Link competitor? There was a really early
API
Link
3.
competitor.
Oh,
API 3.
No, it was
No,
it was
no, that's not-
it was
that's not
Request
right.
Network, wasn't it?
I couldn't even remember if they had a coin or not, which makes more sense.
I
Honestly,
remember. I
'cause-
remember the threads when Link was pumping, and they're like, "Don't leave us behind, Link Bros."
No,
And
no,
it's just
the
like,
meme was I would like to request my money back.
That is funny. All right, well, just to completely run away and never look back from Link horror stories, I'll just go on real quick because you guys mentioned staking. It's April 9th, 2022 right now.
10,
Mega
actually.
Weapon staking was supposed to come out this Monday.
didn't
and it's
it-
Saturday.
Didn't it do a fucking nosedive minus 100%?
No.
Oh yeah, can we talk about that?
Completely
no,
wrong.
It did not. No, it
That
didn't.
day, or in those few moments, Premier Bros won.
No, yeah,
Creeping
right.
over.
I'm sorry to my loyal listeners that I didn't warn you about that, but in order to have staking and a lot of the deflationary aspects surrounding NFT minting and also pay to play actions within their gaming platform, Mega Weapon had to create a version 2 of their token. So, wait, hold on. Someone just made the most disgusting noise I've ever heard in my life. Did anyone
Certainly
just
wasn't
hear
me.
that?
I heard it.
It was like an old man dying. Did you hear that? Please
Yeah.
leave that in. No one say who that was. And you know what? Whoever edits this, turn that up when you hear that because that was disgusting.
That was
But
me.
As I was saying, they
It was you,
redo-
Tyson, was it?
Yeah.
Of course it was. Why wouldn't it be? But anyways, they redeployed the token, but in order to do that, in the dead of night, they yanked the contract for their existing token and did an airdrop of the exact same amount of liquidity all across the board for a new token. So a lot of people went to go check the price of Mega Weapon, and it was minus 100%. And there's a lot of people in our Discord praying on my downfall, and I woke up to about 4 or 5 ats of,
One of them was me.
Well, I mean, now you get
Mega
to claim
more.
that you did like a bajillion %. You held it from 0 to whatever the fuck it was.
No, it didn't go down to 0 and then go back up. It just, that token that's at 0 now,
No?
it doesn't exist anymore. There's a new one that they airdropped
so
you that's
it's
the
not
same
like
price as the old one.
It's not like a ETH Classic situation.
No, it's just basically dunking the old coin and creating a new V2, but they match the liquidity and trade action exactly the same before and after. So it's almost as if nothing ever happened, except when you go on CoinMarketCap, it looks like it went down 100%, which is hilarious.
So Ari, the most important thing is like there's Mega Weapon, then there's Mega Weapon Cash, then there's Mega Weapon Moya's Vision.
Moya's Vision,
Go.
Mega Weapon
Moya's
ABC,
Vision.
Mega Weapon ABC.
Diamond.
So there's a lot of people preying on my downfall with Mega Weapon, and I'll just say I'm very upset because there was a lot of hype going on because it was, last time I was talking about it on here, it was around the low $3. Shortly thereafter, it started pumping to the $5 range, and then the team announced that they're delaying staking for a week.
So it
it's
did
not
go
coming
negative
out.
100%. As it
No,
should.
no. After that happened, it went back down to $1, so it's around $4 now. But all I can say is, once staking comes out, give it 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a month. We'll check in after that. It'll be in double digits really easily. It's no one's aware of it right now. It's not even in the top 3,000. So
Yeah, but it's
just-
the most stupid name for a fucking coin.
It's
Fucking
not.
Mega Weapon.
No, it's not, because you can say the Megaverse. That's catchy. That's some catchy shit. You know, so
Oh.
the Mega Weapon, the Megaverse, and they're going to be an in-house studio where they develop a lot of other on-chain games using their technology. So you're basically investing in this platform. And I'm telling you guys, I'm going to keep saying it every week until people get into it. I'm shilling hard for Mega Weapon. I'm a
All
Mega
I'm going to
boy.
say is coin not needed. I've looked into it and coin not needed.
Buy Premier, it will go up a bajillion% and make you very rich.
Premiums have been left very hard in the dust right now. Very hard in the dust.
That's not true. Is it? I don't know. I haven't even
I'd like
looked
to
this
see
up.
it get above $2. I really, really would. I don't know. Tyson, are you still holding on to that?
Yeah, I got like a suicide stack of Premia.
What's
I'm not
that?
selling. I'm comfy.
What's
Didn't
the
read.
suicide stack?
200K.
Don't. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's just got a light stack of premium
Yeah.
right now.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
but I don't think options are really going to catch on crypto. It doesn't make any sense to me. But there seems to be a Captain
Why not?
America because they're already super volatile assets, and that's what people are betting on when they get into crypto. They're not betting on top of already betting on those volatile assets. It doesn't make any sense. People don't want to do that.
Some people trade volatility on FTX. Apparently that goes down well for some people.
Well, I'm sure it would, because you could just be like, oh, there's a lot of shit happening. I'm just going to bet on volatility being higher.
How are you allowed to do that? How is that a thing? There's a lot of shit happening, so I'm just going to do something, and I'll make money because stuff is happening?
Well, how's Arthur Hayes allowed to live? But,
Because he's the king. Literally the best writer in all of crypto. Pretty much owns the place.
Yeah, he owns the place, that's for sure.
I want Arthur Hayes to beat the shit out of Sam Bankman.
Oh, I thought you were going to say out of Adam.
Oh, and Adam, yeah.
Oh, he already has. He already has.
Yeah, in one way or another. What was that book that you were pretending to read?
The Bible?
Web3?
What did
I
you
haven't
say?
read it yet. I literally just
Bible.
about started it.
Oh,
12 rules for life. 12 rules for life.
12 rules for life. If you want to be a lobster, you see fucking
Clean your room. Clean your room.
Drink
Wanna be a
ginger tea.
lobster?
Cuss your mother out and drink ginger tea.
He's such a
And that's the bloody thing about it. You have to save your father from the belly of the whale and take benzos.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
There's
You know
no
my
two- there's no two ways
God,
about
I
it.
love Xanax so much. That was so
Is he
bad.
Irish?
That was the worst impression I've done yet.
All right, hold on. I'll give you a clean
I
one.
really want to do some drugs.
And do what with his daughter?
Oh, you don't want to know about that.
All right, fair enough.
You know what I
my
love more than dunking a postmodern Marxist? It's sipping on lean with Xanax.
Oh,
You know
hell yeah.
what? Go ahead, I finish your thought.
Oh, Sneed.
Oh,
There it is.
just
Oh my
keep it
God.
moving.
yeah. Move along. Nothing to
All
see
right,
here.
all right. I got
folks.
some thoughts about the macro market. I need to get off.
All
my
right.
chest.
Go
All right,
ahead.
thank you. You're saving
So-
me right now.
So
You're just- sorry, real quick, Tyson. Before you say this, you're saving me. You're saving me. It's like you're the one who just is continually going in a circle, saying
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Yeah.
we're like trying to move it along, and you're just like, I take Xanax, and then Tyson's like, okay, I have to say something. Oh, thank you, you saved me. It's like you're the one who's fucking talking the whole time. But, all right, Tyson,
I mean,
go ahead.
schizos have a tendency to kind
You're
of
right. You're
walk
right.
around in circles, you know.
That is true. That is true. And hide the collective third eye of the world. All right, Tyson, go ahead.
all right. So I'm sure you guys are aware of this guy called Do Kwon. Do
No.
Dogecoin. Some guy called
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. What the fuck?
No,
You mean Daquan? My
Daewon.
boy Daquan?
Daewoo.
Daewoo?
some fucking Asian rich guy. He's buying like $200 million of Bitcoin like every week or some shit. You guys know that guy?
What's
No.
his name?
Well, it's not really being reflected in the price, is it? Yeah, what's his
CZ.
name?
Well, apparently this guy from like the Luna network or whatever, he's buying like $100 million of Bitcoin every like 5 days, right?
Chad.
And they're gonna be thinking like, if you have billionaires that are like buying this much ETH and Bitcoin, only for like their strength to like fucking evaporate the minute they stop buying, until they buy again. That kind of says a lot about like the fucking market, doesn't it? Like it's kind of
that
being
it's in a
propped up.
bad place.
Yeah. And it got me thinking, like, looking at the economy, the narrative last time for the whole market to pump was Corona, right? The narrative was Corona was a problem, and the solution was the Fed prints money and then the markets pump. But now we have a problem that's derivative from the original problem, which is inflation. And it's something that the Fed can't print their way out of. So maybe this is something that crypto can't recover from in the short term.
Crypto's over. Crypto's cancelled. Crypto's
It could be a catalyst for
over.
a bear market. That's what I'm saying.
God, you've been saying that for like the last
Kind
year.
of already
Bear
in,
market
mate.
soon. Bear market soon.
Well, it is a catalyst, I guess, right?
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's not healthy. You got some fucking rich fucks buying like $200 million of Bitcoin. If and what the price, it's like still under 43K. Like, what is that? It pumped
Well,
to 40,
It's a
retraced all the way
bubble.
down
Sell it
to
all.
43.
I want you to short everything that man has touched.
I think you do have a point, Tyson, in a sense that if the entire market, the things that bother me about crypto are things like this. When Saylor buys Bitcoin and that's news, that really bothers me. That's the kind of stuff that pisses me off when people think that's conducive to long-term healthy growth. And that's why I'll always be a boomer and talk about 2017 or 18 or whatever the hell else, because that was when things felt actually grow. People didn't know why they were buying, but they were buying. But at least the growth wasn't organic and wasn't brought about by mass media attention or Richard Saylor buying a bajillion Bitcoin. It was, or Elon Musk saying something about fucking Dogecoin. I don't know, whatever was stupid. And I understand you guys look at it more from a technical standpoint, but I think there's some weird sustainability issues in crypto, and people look to the wrong messiahs to fix it for them.
You know, I hate the hypocrisy of Bitcoin maxis that cheer on people like Saylor every time he buys Bitcoin, thinking that it's going to pump the market, because these are usually the same people that were seething when the Fed was buying stocks and pumping those with their bullshit money.
Yeah.
And like, how often do people celebrate old people buying the S&P 500?
I
Like, yeah,
every
this is-
time. I
This
do.
is saving us. Hell yeah.
That reminds me of I don't know if you guys saw up there. Peter Thiel has this quote, I guess because he bought Bitcoin as well. And he said, I didn't even read the article. It was just Forbes. I saw it come across my screen. It said, Peter Thiel pumps Bitcoin, calls Warren Buffett a sociopathic grandpa.
That is true, though. That is kind of true.
I thought that was really funny. Ever since I heard that stupid story of Warren Buffett going to McDonald's in the morning, I wanted to punch him in the fucking face. I can't wait
what
till that
story?
fucker dies. We're going to
What
have a special
story? episode
when that fucker dies. It was this really dumb story where it was the most autistic shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And I hang out with you guys, so that's saying something. He's literally goes to a McDonald's drive-thru, and before he gets there, he calls his wife so his wife can let him know how much money it is for a coffee and a breakfast sandwich, and he
my
makes sure
God,
he has
dude.
exact change for it, and that is some indicator to him about where the market is at. It was so stupid.
Wait,
and it
what?
was the dumbest shit. Yeah, and they were trying to explain it as if it's this really intuitive way of thinking that only he does, and I'm like, no, he's just a dumb fucking grandpa going to McDonald's, and I hope he dies in his sleep or spills that coffee on him and gets in a fucking accident because I hate him. And then he gets on stage and says really stupid shit. He's like, well, actually, I think we should do this. Or, oh, Warren Buffett said that. He's really, really smart. You know, Berkshire Hathaway shares are over $100 grand, but they have cheaper ones that you can buy. And just like, he was like the Elon Musk before Elon Musk, really, except in a trad finance sense. And
Did you hear his
I
fucking, like,
I
retarded
can't wait till he
quote
dies, man.
about the McDonald's thing? He had like
Yeah.
this really retarded quote saying, "Oh yeah, if I feel lucky about the market, I get me a sausage and egg McMuffin. If I feel like it's a down day, I get only an egg McMuffin."
Listen, my dream is to be
Honestly,
a manager.
all your fucking all your financial woes and not woes are determined if Warren Buffett's feeling like a fucking sausage and egg McMuffin or just an egg McMuffin.
Well, I mean, whatever he does, I hate it. I can't wait till he dies, and I'll never defend a billionaire in my entire life. I don't care if he does cool shit like runs a bunch of McDonald's like I want to someday. But you know who's a billionaire that I will respect when he becomes one? It's Tyson. So, Tyson, what do you have to add to what we're talking about here?
No, dude, I don't want to become a fucking billionaire. I'd stop at like 10 mil and just live my life, opening a fucking Greek restaurant. And
Greek
just-
restaurant.
What?
Greek
What?
restaurant.
What?
Why Greek?
What
This
Greek?
seems like a
What the
Kino
fuck?
cuisine to have.
I mean, it is, yeah, but
Yeah.
you're Chinese.
But you have to admit, like, Greek people are the most Chinese of Europeans. Right?
No, Greek people are
What?
the most Semitic of European.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I feel like Chinese people and Greek people, they can vibe together.
What the fuck? That is not okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they can, but I don't know where the fuck this came from.
I
All right,
don't
anyway,
think
anyway.
so.
So about the market, I think one of the narratives that
Who the fuck just fired?
that was my chair.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, bro.
I think one of the things that might be a factor that fucks up this whole fucking pump, and the reason it looks like retarded with like a peak at 64 kit and a peak at 68, is the fact that there's so many fucking perpetuals and derivatives in the market these days. Like, do you guys remember a couple episodes back where I talked about how perpetual futures can cap the upside and downside of a market?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you red pilled us on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if something like previously before a market has derivatives introduced into it, for it to do a 2x, it would have to go up 100%, right? But if you introduce like 20x leverage, it only has to go up like 5% to get that same thing. So really, the market doesn't have to go up and down as much for it to make the same gains, and that creates like a ceiling and like a floor. So I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like that's what's happening with the market and why things are so fucking sluggish and acting weird. Just so much like perpetual derivative interest.
Well, maybe
on both
that's why
sides.
we don't see as much raw price action as we did with
Yeah.
spot pairings back in 2017.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even have perpetuals back then. I mean, I guess maybe on the tail end.
Well,
I
if
mean, you
everyone
had
in their-
Max. You had bit Max.
Yeah, Max was the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
place.
we had that.
Yeah, but it's like if everyone and their moms are long or everyone and their moms are short, that's going to be reflected, and it's not going to make for as aggressive price action. So maybe Tyson, you're hinting in just the great crab reckoning. Is that what's going to happen? Just a stale market that's always in stasis with stop hunts and long hunts just every other week? Because that's what it's starting to feel like, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Or are we just going to pretend whack-off patterns are a real thing? So,
Whack off. Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
whacking off.
there we go. Thank you. That
Nice.
Australian
Beautiful, mate.
humor. That's beautiful. He's like, I'm
Oh,
waiting
man,
for
that
it,
was-
and he said it.
Oh, wick off. I'm wicking off.
Yeah. So no, Tyson, that's a good point.
Adam,
Adam,
said
did
something
you have
when
any-
like the
Go ahead.
greatest son that Australia ever birthed was his. And again, that
Yeah.
guy was a hero. So.
I didn't get too into that, but he died of steroid abuse, so who fucking cares?
No, he died of a heart condition that he wasn't aware of.
Where
that
do you
happened
think
to be
that
exacerbated.
came from?
No, it was
By his
genetic.
steroids.
No, it was genetic, but it was then exacerbated by his steroid and drug use. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he died.
Did
of
you say
steroids.
exacerbated?
No, he would have died anyway from this heart condition.
He died
Alright,
quicker.
did you say exacerbated? That was
I'm gonna
No,
he said
exacerbate it a bit later
exacerbated.
tonight, if you know what I'm saying.
Tyson, you're really honing in on I's enunciation today. All right, the kid's
Listen,
trying his hardest.
I have.
He's-
I unironically have a speech impediment.
Oh,
no,
okay,
he
not
has
so
the
bad.
queen's tongue, and you're just like a subset of a subset of
You know
some
what
like
it is?
Mongol
I
nation.
got my ear canal clean, so now I'm hearing shit for the first time, like properly.
I don't buy that whole thing like at all. I just don't buy it.
Well,
All
it's
right, we get
true.
it, Tyson. Someone fucked
The
your ears.
fucking nurse like sucked out like a big fucking piece of earwax.
Yeah, what was his name?
Well, then what'd
It
she
was,
do with it?
Put out my ass.
Damien.
Yeah,
Damien.
interesting. So
No, but it was like literally the size of my fucking fingernail, dude.
that's
Wonderful,
so weird, though, 'cause
lovely.
when I put on AirPods, I can and take them out. I can see the wax build up in my AirPod like canals, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's disgusting. I have earwax in my ear. But
Yeah.
then if I take a Q-tip and put it in my ear, nothing comes out. Nothing comes out. I'll dig it all the way into the side of my brain, and there'll be not a single piece of wax on it. But
Because
then
you're pushing it inwards.
They
Why?
don't want you to
There's
know
not
why
even
that
any
happens.
fucking. Then what are the point of fucking Q-tips then? Then
You're
what's
not
the
supposed
point?
to use Q-tips.
They feel
They're-
nice.
This
They're
is what the
detrimental.
establishment wants.
Then
You're
how do
supposed
I
to suck
clean?
it
Then
out.
why do people say to use Q-tips then? Then what's the
I
point
use
of
Q-tips-
them?
them. I
Q-tips
use them.
fuck you up, dude. It just pushes the shit inwards. You're supposed to get a professional to suck the things out.
So Adam, what happens when you use them?
Or you can clean them in the shower.
Well,
like,
I'm like
just
a-
fucking squirt some soap in there. And,
I'm a
you know,
giggle autist. and
shower
I clean my
hose and go.
ears.
Psh.
I'm like a giggle autist, and I clean my ears like once or twice a day because I like how it feels.
See,
Uh,
that's weird. I mean, I use chapstick all day for a similar reason.
yeah,
Yeah, to get your lips
No.
plumped up.
yeah. Get Moya's lips nice and plump.
Yeah, you said it, not me.
It was
That's
sassy, boy.
all I'll say.
I'm always got
Yeah,
those DSLs
exactly.
going on.
Yeah.
Kind of do, but that's okay. We'll talk about that some other time. But Tyson, that's good insight into the market. Do you have any more esoteric things to go deeper with us on? We need to go deeper.
Speaking of esoteric, I heard Ari had some esoteric experiences with his dreams lately.
I don't know if it was esoteric, but it was an interesting dream.
Mm.
So it was the other way. The other day.
Let me rewind here.
He sounded like fucking Goofy, dude. Like, heal.
The other day I had a dream. All right. So okay. So basically, in my dream, let me set the scene. All right. It was basically permanently night, like throughout the entire dream. Even if it was a new day, it was nighttime.
Based.
There wasn't an ounce of daylight to be seen. It was raining very often, and the atmosphere was quite ominous and mysterious. Okay, so basically, me and
Spooked.
Tyson were 1980s LA detectives, and
Based.
for one, he was the most fucking annoying partner you could possibly imagine. It was like Rush Hour. I'll get more into that later on. Anyway, so basically, we were investigating two of our other friends from our Discord, Demper and JC Denton.
You're investigating them?
We were, yes. So, as it turned out, Demper had paid Denton in crypto to make a payment to a Bitcoin address. Denton willingly did it with the money in mind. And later on in the dream, we find out that Demper was actually purchasing an unlicensed pistol in the UK. From a black market. Okay. And
what the fuck?
because of this, Denton got arrested because his addresses weren't cleaned up or washed or anything, and they were traced back to his KYC account, because obviously feds would be watching this, and it wasn't using Monero. By the way, use Monero if you want to do that. Not that I'm endorsing any of that. So, but anyway, meanwhile in London, I saw the scene of where Demper was meeting up. So so Demper was meeting up with his arms dealer in like the middle of London somewhere, some dark alleyway, and he was wearing like this like black ski mask, and he had like a kind of like a
Roadman
tattoo sleeve arm, and they're all just like a bunch of anime girls, kind of in line with Demper, I guess. Anyway, so the dealer comes up and he delivered the gun in a shoebox, and I remember it was a USP 45 with a laser sight and silencer, exactly like the one from Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, okay. What the fuck?
Oh, it's in Counter-Strike as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the silencer
Yeah.
USP.
That's right,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so like he's like looking at this gun and stuff, like literally doing the exact same animation as if you press E in CS:GO. And like he's like on his way home with this USP in his jacket, and he got jumped by some roadman. And
It's because Tyson talks about wanting to be a road
This
man.
just gets
no,
better.
not
and better,
Tyson,
honestly.
Demper got.
I
jumped by
know.
a
It's just
roadman.
that's why it was in your mind, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, like these roadmen are coming after him, or whatever, and Demper, like being the guy he is, like he accidentally shoots them. And, like the,
Accidentally.
Mm.
Quote unquote
accidentally.
accident.
And so he starts panicking and he like runs away, like from the scene. Anyway, so a lot of my memory from what happened after that was a bit patchy, but I vaguely remember that Denton, he went to prison, and when he
That
came
wasn't
out
a
of prison,
dream.
when he came out of prison, he had a buzz cut, he had scars over his eyes. He's like,
punish
shredded
Denton.
and shit, tattoos, all of that shit. He was out for revenge for this heinous crime that Demper committed against him, falsely labeling him as a criminal. And I see like the scene of like Denton flying out to the UK, like roaming the streets of London in the night, like in a hoodie, like
With
you know,
on his motorbike.
like just walking through the rain, and like he's got his own like guns or whatever in his pockets. Anyway, meanwhile, Demper was infiltrating a child trafficking scene. So it seemed like he had some. He had some
going on.
He had some honorable motivations for purchasing that gun. I don't know why it was. Maybe he was out for revenge too, or maybe he'd. I don't know. Who knew? Anyway, yeah. So he was like depicted as like a kind of mysterious, masked anime like antagonist, I guess, / protagonist, like an anti-hero. So yeah, me and Tyson were investigating this, and you know, over time we slowly unraveled these details. And yeah, I remember this one time we were driving through Miami, and we had a blacked out Dodge Challenger. It was fucking sick, supercharged and everything.
Thing.
It was the SRT10 model.
That's something Tyson would remind you of course.
No, he's a Dodge Charger.
You're right.
This was a Challenger.
Yep.
Anyway, it was fucking sick. Like the whine, the supercharger, I can hear it. So we were chasing this guy, and he was supposed to be like a hitman that Denton had hired. I think he was going after one of like one of Denper's men. So we were chasing this guy. And Tyson, he's the most annoying partner ever. So we're driving along, right? And every half an hour he just wants to stop for food. And like I remember this one time we're chasing this guy, right? And Tyson's like, dude, look, that's an authentic Japanese Shinjuku restaurant. We have to stop for their mochi ice creams. And I just like turned to him and I was like, shut the fuck up, you twat. We're working right now.
Never touch a British man's radio.
And he's like putting his hands like up on the window like a child. He's like, dude, look at that. It looks so good. Oh, it's got chocolate chips and it's mint flavored. And like, I swear to God, like, I grabbed the gun and I was like gonna shoot him or something. And I know I just woke up shortly after that.
I was gonna say, at what point did you wake up? So that sounds very realistic, honestly, an amalgamation of things that probably come across from.
Dude, the atmosphere was sick.
It sounds like some noir investigation.
Yes,
type.
it was.
I have one question. In the Dodge Challenger, who's driving it?
What's his name?
Who's driving, me or
Pardon?
you?
We'd switch between every now and then.
Base.
That wasn't the only thing you were switching between.
Switching
I was the better driver.
Switching lanes, if you know what I'm saying.
I was the better driver by far. Tyson would get this stupid road rage.
You know what? I think this is a calling for you guys to start a detective agency. The Thai, you know, like TAIIISON investigations. Tyson.
The TIPD.
Yeah, exactly. And like you could start it out really dark at the beginning. It was like, it was a rainy day in the spring. I saw a dead prostitute on the street. I just lost my short.
Dude,
Tyson
the best
TP.
times were when me and Tyson would go into these bars and stuff, and we'd be like drinking this liqueur in our waistcoats and we'd have our top hats on and everything.
What was this? Did you become the king of Narnia 20 years later in your dream too? Jeez, what did you do in this dream? That's incredible.
There's just a lot of atmosphere. It was like a movie.
I will say that main drag in Miami at night, just driving down it is pretty cozy. I don't know. It kind of makes you feel like you're in the 80s just because of the way it's been portrayed and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
It's
Michael Jackson was playing.
But you know, it's filled with a lot of disgust.
Anyway, okay. So speaking of dreams, I also had an interesting dream experience last night. So I think I was well, I didn't think. I know I was sleepwalking last night, actually.
Okay.
So it was like fucking 2 a.m., right? And I somehow got out of bed and I was like standing over my desk. But I was like still sleeping.
So
That's
creepy.
You sleep for like 3 hours a day, dude. So no wonder you just randomly wake up.
Hold on. Wait. Say this again.
So it was like 3 a.m. and I was still sleeping, but I stood up over my desk. I got up and I stood up over my desk full of like cups and like water and my PC and shit. And I was still sleeping, but for some reason I just like swung at my desk and just like fucked it all up.
What? Are
What
you
the
serious?
fuck?
So like all this like liquid just spilled on the floor and just woke me
I
up. I'm
can't.
This
I'm
sounds like some demonic
What's
possession.
wrong with you? What?
So you know how HBO is doing that, supposedly doing that crypto documentary of people that may or may not have been on this very podcast that's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah.
Tyson, you should have been included on that as like the one who isn't quite like all the others. And it's like here's this guy, you know, on his yacht in Miami doing this, and here's Tyson like asleep over his desk, like swinging at a table that he thinks is a man and falling over, you know. And let's go back to the hot girl that does astrology symbols. So,
The dark side of crypto.
yeah, the dark. Oh, that
dark
is
side
the
of
dark
crypto.
side of crypto.
So the real crypto, man.
We should make our own documentary documenting that. We just put a camera in Tyson's room without him even knowing. We could have like a Truman Show for Tyson.
Sleepwalking's a real thing, and some people say it's a gateway to demonic possession. So, Tyson, what are your demons that are haunting you? You know what I mean? So, I would keep close watch on that. You kind of reminded me. Go ahead,
the
you know what?
semi-lucid state of that kind of that you kind of in when you're sleepwalking, or if you're having sleep paralysis, or if you're on the way to waking up, it's like a very vulnerable what's the word? It's like a very vulnerable loading screen for your consciousness. That's where that's where all the spooky shit happens.
Well, vulnerable is the word to describe it, because when I have sleep paralysis or I am in that lucid state, why do I see like a demon at the foot of my bed? Why do I see an evil woman? Why can't I just see, I don't know, a pair of headphones or, you know, Tyson or something?
It's because your conscious is still ascended, but your material had already descended.
So that means that demon's already there just watching me?
Yeah, why is it inherently demonic?
I checked out of this conversation like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's too,
you wouldn't
elevated
understand.
for your Australian brain.
I just don't have. The
You know what? You know, Adam,
power
bring on
to
an Aboriginal person, and then we can talk about the real shit with them.
You know what the thing is with Adam and Tyson and people who don't believe in this kind of stuff?
I believe in sleep paralysis. Fuck off.
I say, all right, here's a satanic Bible, or here's a bunch of grimoires or something. Go in the middle of the woods, light your candles, and read all this shit and summon a demon.
I bet
they never
you
do
would.
it. They're too scared. They're too scared to do it because they're like, I don't want to. Maybe
right.
It's just like,
Thank
then
you.
Say
I'm
you
glad
believe
you brought
in that
this up.
stuff. Then say you believe in it. Then you know what I mean.
I didn't say I didn't
Right.
believe in that stuff.
I'm gonna call your bluff, Chud, and I'm gonna go do that.
Dude, I'll find you a reading, a ritual, and a thing to say. And I know you're not religious, so I'm gonna make you blaspheme a whole lot of things. And I hope a giant
I don't know,
throbbing
Adam. Maybe you might be committing
demon.
those acts by virtue. I don't know.
Yeah,
How about this?
Right.
We're gonna buy a ticket to the suicide forest in Japan, and then
That's not enough. Nah, the suicide forest is just
that's all
depressing and
blown
upsetting.
up. Yeah, but that's all blown up anyways. Fucking Logan Paul.
What you want is to go to a site that it's very, very old.
Chernobyl.
Like, Chernobyl. That's just gonna be like old
Auschwitz.
souls. No, you want a place that like goes back longer than any American can even fucking quantify.
200 years.
Yeah, well, if you want to go back thousands of years.
No, Americans 30 seconds, but yeah.
Yeah. You want to go to a place like that and then, just say a bunch of blasphemous shit, praise the devil, light a few candles, draw a pentagram, do all that shit, and I fucking promise you something will happen. If something doesn't happen, I'll cut my tongue off.
I'll get a curriculum together for Adam to make sure he gets a Snickers bar demon dick up his ass, so that'll be good. I'm ready.
I don't think you guys realize this, but I desperately wish magic was real in this world.
Oh my god! Listen, this is the problem. The problem with you is your idea of magic is like permanently in fucking Dark Souls mode.
Like it's a Marvel movie or something.
Yeah.
I wish
This
Tony
is
Stark
the problem
were my
with
real
people
dad.
like you,
No, it feels
Tyson.
like-
Is you
it
think
feels
of
like some
everything in
fucking-
terms of Doctor
If there was
Strange.
if there's like a demonic book that could like fucking transform me into a werewolf, that would be fucking sick, dude. I would love that.
No one's saying that's what it is, but yes, that would be nice. That would be nice. But
Yeah.
one day there'll be a reckoning and you'll find out. But you did remind me, Tyson, there was a time when I was a young kid Moyer and I was about 5 years old.
Actual kid more.
Yeah, exactly. Some
My God.
for their candy and their money, like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I remember there was one time where I can vividly remember, for some reason, I don't know why vividly, but I do remember it as clear as day. I was sleepwalking in the house I grew up in.
Ooh.
And I was going to the bathroom at, I don't know, it must have been 3 a.m. So I walk into the bathroom and I am sleepwalking. And I'm going to the bathroom. I don't know that I'm sleepwalking yet. I think I'm just being normal. And I'm going to the bathroom and my mom walks into the bathroom because I guess she heard me walking around at 3 a.m. and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm going to the bathroom. What are you doing in here?" And she was just like, You're peeing in the trash can."
Okay, Moya. Time to go back to bed.
Yeah, I woke up and I woke up from my sleepwalking and I was like, "Oh," and I just started laughing. And my mom was like, "You'll have to clean that up in the morning, or I'll take care of it in the morning," or something like that. So I was just like, sleepwalking is real. That one I don't think was demonic possession. I think that was just me. I don't
Dude,
know
if you
what I
guys
was
want a
doing.
demonic, if you guys want a demonic story, I had a pretty bad one a couple months ago.
No.
Now go on.
All right, we're already here. I want to save all these stories for Halloween, but give us a primer. We're getting close to it. Go
All
ahead.
right. So this was like 2 months ago, right? Apparently I slept walk into the hall. Like it was fucking 2 a.m. Like everyone was sleeping. It was pitch black in the hall. And I just stood in front of a wall for like, I think half an hour.
Based.
And I just woke up and was like, I was like in the living room and it was like pitch black and I was like, what the fuck? And I started freaking out.
Yeah, I think you might have some inner demons to work with, Tyson. There was
we know Tyson has some inner demons. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
There was this group of friends I had. They were all brothers, and one of them was kind of a weirdo and would do sleepwalking stuff. And there was one time where me and the two brothers were watching TV in the main room, and way back, like 10 or 20 feet in the back of this large room, we look back and there's just someone in the corner standing in the shadows like he's fucking Michael Myers from Halloween or something. And we're just like, Justin, and he peers out from the dark shadows and then runs back to his room, and he doesn't remember doing any of it at all. And he wasn't fucking with us too, because his brother said he wasn't doing that. So people do weird stuff in their sleep. I don't know. I don't. I lay down right on my back or on my stomach, and then that's it. I go to sleep. I don't do weird shit like that. Are you not
going to sleep on your side, Chad?
No, sleeping on your side is disgusting. I can't believe people do that. That's the weird one to me. I sleep on my stomach. On my stomach, holding the pillow is the ideal way.
Yes, okay.
Let's go.
I like hugging the pillow. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. How do you sleep?
Yeah, I like hugging a
He
real
doesn't sleep.
person.
That's the fucking problem.
Ironically, body pillows are based.
Yeah, I prefer hugging a real person. So
okay, well, let us know when that happens. Let us know when that happens.
Yeah, speaking of dreams, though, I know more. You've had them too. The succubus dreams. Those are.
Oh my god!
Man.
See, I'm saving that. I'm saving that.
Yeah, I'll save mine as well.
I was like, succubus done. I'm on to incubus now. So we're
incubus. Red pill me on that.
It's basically a succubus except a guy. So.
Oh,
let's go.
That's a real fucking red pill. Holy shit!
Damn.
let's fucking go.
Maybe that. Oh god, Oh no.
Yeah. So you know what? We should honestly just take this podcast and put it in a knapsack and hit the road and just be like, "This is a crypto paranormal podcast," right? That's what I'm starting to think.
What I really want?
What?
When the Pink Boys go on tour, we go to some abandoned sites and buildings, the spookiest shit. We light up some candles and we film the podcast there. Whatever happens, happens.
I'm good, actually.
Well, that sounded a little.
Oh, Tyson, what are you scared of? Pussy.
I don't feel the need to do that.
I didn't say I was.
Look at them, of course. They.
I'm not scared. I'm just not gay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's fair enough. Real quick, just because I forgot to bring it up earlier, and I did bring up his name as well. Do you guys have any input on that Elon Musk buying Twitter thing? Is that interesting to anyone here?
I mean, I guess it's Elon. I hope he tanks the company and destroys the platform, but.
No,
I think it's a base power move.
It's good
imagine hating something so much that you buy them out and then take over.
That's what everyone dreams of doing, right? Go ahead, Tyson.
Right.
It's good that he's taking a stake in Twitter, just solely on the fact of free speech. If you can get like Trump reinstated, that would be pretty sick.
Trump not reinstated as president, but on
just
Twitter.
his Twitter
Yes,
I was like, holy shit.
No, well, oh man, I have a lot to say about that specific subject.
Well, I mean,
but
you get a lot of people back on Twitter at that point. You know what I
Yeah,
think
you
this
should.
could be? You know what I think this could end up doing in the future?
Hmm.
Is because this is inevitable, right, at some point, but I feel like Elon could probably act as like a catalyst for it. But like a transition for Twitter from Web 2 to 3. And in that process something good could happen for crypto maybe.
Okay, let's bring this
Something
back to
good.
crypto. As long as they
Something
get
good.
away from stupid NFT shit. But I was
Yeah,
actually thinking
that stuff
about
is
it
stupid.
in the car today for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because it came on the radio or some stupid podcast I was listening to. But out of all those big Silicon Valley guys, you know, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk or whoever, I think Jack Dorsey is the most facile of them. Like he really, I think he's kind of misinterpreted because he's not some type of egomaniac going on a power trip trying to like find himself through some control mechanism. He kind of seemed like his own person, and he really just lost control of his company and the managerial aspects of it. And
Yeah, what
they kind
happened
of
there?
pushed him out. He's just kind of hippie-ish in his own way. I'm sure he's a snide prick a lot of the time. I mean, who wouldn't be in that situation? You have to be to get there. But I also think he kind of has his own way of thinking about things that's a little bit underappreciated, and he might have been more of a team player than people made him out to be. Like, oh, you know, Jack Dorsey is just a dumb liberal and blah blah blah. It just, I think there was a bit more to him than that, and he was a little quieter than a lot of other Silicon Valley people who just won't shut the fuck up all the time. So I don't know.
I definitely
just-
hang out with Jack Dorsey before hanging out with Zuckerberg for sure.
Yeah, because you could tell
Yeah,
Zuckerberg
yeah,
has an
obviously.
obscure god complex or something.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I am a normal person, and you know, and then he just tries to go on some weird U.S. tour to process humanity through like a ditto like cloning procedure or something. I don't know what he's doing, so I don't know. But yeah, it's good times out there. I mean, I don't even have a Facebook anymore, and if anyone on this podcast does, I'm quitting live on air. So
Well, I don't use it. I have it for like events and stuff. Like
Oh,
if I get
no,
invited to a
it's over.
party, it's still all done on Facebook.
oh
so.
my, listen to this normie shit. You didn't go to Project X parties in college though, so you'll never know.
Dude, Project X is such a comfy film.
I've never seen it before, actually. It was just they had parties that were called Project X parties when it came out when I was in college.
It
and
was
they were-
so unironically, it had such fucking soul.
Soulful.
Yeah.
Soulful.
Soul versus soulless. Well, speaking of social media, you should follow our Twitter at
Yeah.
the Pink Boys
Yeah, you really, really should.
and
You
subscribe
should
to
really-
the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And here's a new one. Not only should you like the videos along with subscribing, if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcast, you should rate the podcast 5 stars. That does a lot for us in the algorithm.
I've
But
heard
we
about
really
that
appreciate
before.
that.
I think the Apple Podcast thing is a really big deal. I think that does
Yeah.
help out a lot.
Not
but-
many people know, but it's not actually YouTube. That's that's the platform that you should focus on if you're doing a podcast. It's Apple Podcasts and it's Spotify.
Well, thanks for not letting me know that. So,
I
Actually-
told you this lots and lots and lots of times.
Actually, in September, we might do a fucking live podcast from London. 3 of us. That might happen.
that's
Oh,
true.
maybe, yeah, maybe.
Oh, wait. We didn't invite Adam, right?
No, I wasn't invited.
It's all right, kid. You can teleconference in. It's all good.
Oh god. Zoom in, kid. You can zoom in.
Yeah. Pick up the Zoom call. All right. You got anything? You got any last? Actually, no. Adam, you got any last words?
Don't fall for the woman meme.
Oh,
Damn.
Damn.
Do you wanna
No.
expand on that?
No. Cold. We can get him on another episode, but I appreciate that, Adam. No comment as well. Tyson, what do you got?
Short Bitcoin.
And mega family from me to you. Let's just forget these guys for a second. It's just you and me. Just hold on. Staking will be out in 1 week. Don't listen to those premium people. They don't know what they're fucking talking about. Okay, it'll be fine. All right, just buy up. Okay, we're good.
Emily,
Close us
gang.
out.
I'm a scat man. Ba-da-da-bee, ba-ba-ba-da-boop.
What does he say? He's like, look how easy it is. You can be the scat man too.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's
Fuck
scats
off,
on William.
fucking wanker.
Dude, you know what's
I
funny?
don't
I
want to
learned,
be the scat man.
I learned
I
what the
don't wanna
term
be shit on.
scat was, like the fucking explicit term, way before I heard scat man. So I'm like,
Yeah, well, why
like,
does he
dude,
have to?
what the
yeah.
fuck?
You know what? There were probably a lot less porn genres back then than there are now. You know, now there's all kinds of words for all
I think
kinds
shitting
of
on
things.
people is a porn like fetish as old as time, though, right?
Yeah, that actually has been around
Is it really?
for quite some time. Yeah,
I would
that-
imagine.
yeah,